Hey.
Welcome to Swift Lore. I said it this time.
I just like factory reset. I don't know if you. Absolutely, that's why we're here.
Okay, take two.
Abby and Kat were born in 1997 and became best friends when they were 6. Grew up together and started a band and bonded over music ever since. 20 years later, they are all grown up and spend their free time analyzing lyrics. Now here they are talking all about their Lord and Savior, Dr. Taylor Allison Swift. Taylor, if you're listening, we love you.
Welcome to Swift Lore Podcast, the podcast where we dive into the lyrics and lore of our Lord and Savior, Dr. Taylor Allison Swift, Person of the Year 2023 according to Time Magazine.
Yeah! That's fantastic.
I feel like it'd be funny if we just keep adding her accolades to the end of the intro.
No, you're right. That is
until
funny.
I have to memorize like an entire long monologue.
Yes, absolutely. That's why we're here. I'm Abby.
I'm Kat.
I've heard that our voices sound the same.
We have heard this, and now I hear it.
Yeah, I hear it too. So sorry if that is confusing to you guys.
But it's fine because we share the same brain. So like,
it's really just the same. It's just the cabby, blob we've got going on.
The amalgamous experience of Cabby.
Here's the thing, you guys. This week we're talking about Glee.
Oh my God, we are.
For the Glee episode, we are covering the 2 songs that were sung on Glee. So I am covering mine.
And I am covering Mean. And we have our first ever guests.
Wow. Andrew and Allison
we
from
just
Gleek
got
of the Week.
off the call with them. Also, I just totally talked over you.
It's okay. First of all, it's nighttime.
It's deep night.
So
it's
deep.
8:30 p.m.
Oh God.
It is nearly my bedtime. My
So,
dog is pissed that I am not in bed right now.
So here's the thing. This is our Glee episode. We wanted to bring on our guest, Andrew and Allison from Gleek of the Week. Then we ended up talking to them for like an hour and a half.
We were like, it'll be like, we don't want to bother you, like 30 to 40 minutes. And then like our Zoom started expiring and they were like, do you want to just hop on the other call? And then we just talked for another hour. It was so fun.
And they are
nice. So fun.
Oh, wow.
They're so great.
If you are a fellow Gleek out there, go ahead and check out Gleek of the Week podcast.
Even if you aren't like a big Gleek, it's just so fun to listen to.
Yeah, they're really fun.
You don't have to know a lot to like listen to their podcast and enjoy it because they play the songs in the podcast.
Yeah, and they're also just so sweet.
They're just so sweet. They're so fun. So, this is a very natural segue into the the conversation. I don't want to call it an interview because I don't think it was that.
Yeah, there we go. So enjoy our conversation.
Do 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 do.
So Glee.
You guys are our first ever guests.
I know.
So.
Wow.
Wait, is that true?
Okay.
Yeah,
that's true.
Oh my God. Well, thank you so much for having us.
I'm so
of
excited to
course.
pop your guest cherry. That's so exciting.
Yeah, I
love
texted
that.
Kat. It was close to midnight, I think, when I DM'd you guys the first time. I didn't think you'd respond, and I texted Kat. I'm like, what if I texted Gleek of the Week? Just like, what if I just called Gleek
For
of the
fun.
Week? And then
What if you just call Taylor up?
Call Taylor up.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're both very, very happy.
and like having a Glee episode when we like started the podcast, that was like one of our like topic ideas because we're like,
Oh,
it's
of
perfect.
course.
They did 2 Taylor songs on Glee. That's an episode.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
that's enough.
I have
Only
to let you know that I'm very nervous to be here. I don't feel adequate enough to be speaking
Oh,
about
Swifty enough?
the Swifty
That's
experience.
fine.
What's Taylor
all
Swift's
people who
middle
like
name?
Taylor Swift are Swifties.
I know Alice. It's Allison.
Oh,
So,
nice job.
No, I
Because
think
I
so.
told
there
you
we
that.
go.
Because that's my name.
Sure, like,
She's a
so you do have
doctor.
it.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I listened to an episode of y'all's
Wow, that's
earlier
awesome.
today where you refer to Dr. Taylor
Taylor
Allison
Allison.
Dr.
Swift.
Taylor
These are
Allison.
full
Yeah.
government names.
Yes.
Yeah.
MD, DDS.
I don't know. She got one of those
Yes.
honorary degrees.
She did from NYU.
She's a
Yeah, she's
dentist.
got all of them. PhD, MD,
We don't hear what you
DDS. She got,
said.
She is John Stamos.
yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to. I'll just keep circling it back.
Glee.
Bring it back, please.
Okay. Well, I suppose we can just dive in. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I've never had a guest before, so.
So exciting.
Um.
Where
Maybe
where do
mine.
where do the Venn diagrams collide, Swifties and Gleeks right there in the middle. They're the 2 songs.
I can't
Right.
believe it's only 2.
Well, there was supposed to be a third. Do you know about this lore? In the season 4 Guilty Pleasures episode, the promo for that episode, which is obviously an episode where all the characters are singing their guilty pleasure musical artists. Sam says to Blaine in confidence that his guilty pleasure is Taylor Swift, and that there was a spoiler ahead of time from a reliable source, Gleek out Brazil, that said that Sam would be singing I Knew You Were Trouble. And then all of a sudden that was switched to Copacabana by Barry Manilow, and that he was just a Fanalo in that episode instead of a Swiftie. And so, but to even go further on that lore, an answer to a question that you did not ask, when Cord Overstreet was on, and that's what you really missed earlier this year, he talked about this experience for the first time. And he said that he shared with Taylor, like, hey, I'm going to be singing I Knew You Were Trouble this week on Glee. And then Taylor received that information, I guess. And then all of a sudden, the song was changed. So we don't really know what happened there, but those are the pieces
Somebody on
that we
Taylor's
have.
team approved it and Taylor didn't.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
that's like Red era. That was when she was switching PR agencies. So it's possible that stuff fell through the cracks before Tree Payne, her PR superstar, got on board.
Incredible. I love
That's
Tree
not
Payne.
the song that I thought. I thought it was going to be Back to December because of the Glee project.
No, you would think
Right.
December
so.
was on the Glee
Yeah.
project.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, wasn't Cord in a music video? Wasn't he in a Taylor Swift music video?
He looks like
they
most
pull
everybody.
up.
He has the vibe.
It's
Yeah.
debut era, and like
Oh,
Taylor
I think you're
pulls up
right.
to a gas station,
No, wait, really?
and the guy is gonna pump her gas, and it's Cord Overstreet. I swear to
Wait,
God,
that feels correct.
I
We're
think
gonna
that
we're gonna
might
give
be
it a
right.
Goog.
it's a notable guy that's like OMG, LOL. Why is he there? And it's debut era.
I'm trying to think what debut music video has a gas.
Wait. Cord Overstreet makes cameo in 2011 CMT Taylor
Oh, that was
and
when they did like the
Shania
long-
trailer.
Oh, wait. I remember this. They did like a duet and they did this like weird dramatic like action movie like intro trailer.
Yeah.
Yes, and he's in it. He's at the I know exactly what you mean now. Yes.
Yep. Not a music video,
It's still
but
country Taylor.
yeah.
Okay.
She's
Interesting.
accepting awards barefoot. That sort of era of her.
She was barefoot a lot those early years.
Yeah.
I know. I love
Barefoot
that.
Swiftessa. Yeah.
That's my first Taylor Swift memory is her getting up on stage.
So yeah.
So
Taylor. I'm wondering where Back to December came in because it was on the Glee. Usually they only sang songs on the Glee project that they did on the show.
Mhm.
Right. But I mean, like we drew the comparison, the line between it was only Speak Now album that's the circle that fits all three songs, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Me and Mine and
sure.
Back to December.
Right.
And then the very, very, very deep track of Emma covering Better Than Revenge.
I want that.
That's on the dark web.
I think only you have listened to that. It was just like a one
Yeah.
listen. And it's
Maybe
like,
I
oh,
dreamt that.
Like destroy after listening.
she would knock that out of the park. I'm sure she
She would
did.
slay.
I mean, yeah.
She
I
did.
mean,
She did.
She
I
did.
listened to
You
it. I bought
listened
it
to
off the black market, and it was great. And
Yeah,
it immediately
you can listen to
imploded.
anything.
Jama Mays, more like Jama Slays.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Better Than Revenge, but like the original lyric version.
The
Yeah.
misogynistic
Yeah.
version.
Yeah.
Wait, I don't even know that. Wait, there's a misogynistic
Wait, yeah,
version.
so this is some great lore. So the original
Uh-huh.
version, the chorus is she's better known for the things that she does on the mattress. And then
Oh,
at the
okay,
re-record
yeah.
she did he was a moth to the flame, she was holding the matches.
Holding the matches.
And everybody was so
Oh.
mad that everybody was like, she's gonna change the line because she said before that like she knows she shouldn't have used that because it was like slut shamey. And everyone
Yeah.
was like, but come on, a little misogyny as a treat. But
It's
she's
like Haley Williams addressing
Mhm.
misery business. And
yeah,
it's like, yeah, that's slut shaming, but she continues to sing it.
but
at
it's a bop is a
concerts.
bop.
A bop is a bop is a bop.
And Taylor has this really unique opportunity where she's actually re-recording all of her music. So she has the option to alter things, but she hasn't
Right.
altered very much.
That's the only thing she's changed so
Yeah.
far.
The homophobic version of there's a homophobic version of the
Yes,
song.
okay,
This-
It's like, so the original, the homophobic version is I have Erin way too much
She's
memorized.
the expert.
Yeah.
It's like, go tell your friends that I'm obsessive and crazy. I'll tell mine that you're gay.
Yeah.
And then she changed it to, you don't mind if I say.
You don't mind if I say, which just keep it in. Just keep the gay.
keep the gay
Say
in.
gay.
Like,
Just say
from a
gay.
gay person, I don't give a fuck.
Exactly.
Like, sorry.
That's what I'm saying. I think we need to start a petition now for when debut gets recorded.
Right.
Oh God.
Keep
I see
it.
so many
Keep
like
it.
TikToks of people finding, like, they like go to a thrift store and find the CD. They're like, oh my God, I hope it's the homophobic version.
Yeah, the homophobic version.
Yeah. I don't know
Wow.
if I've even heard it. I've heard the audio sound of just her saying, "You're gay." That's
And
a
that's,
good one.
that's enough.
That's great.
I feel like I might have owned homophobic version.
Owned past tense.
I don't think I still have it, but I think I did.
Big fan over
you
here.
deleted it out of your library.
My
imploded.
probably like sat on it. I don't know. I was 10.
Yeah.
It imploded like the Jama Mays cover of Better Than Revenge.
Exactly.
Oh gosh.
So I didn't know
Okay.
like how much stuff happened during like the episode that has mean in it, props.
Yeah. It's a
'Cause, like,
big episode.
We went on a road trip like last weekend and we were literally talking about the scene when like Coach Beast leaves her husband and is like, I'm gonna love me. And then I watched the episode today and I was like, how is this the same episode that we just talked about like 3 days ago?
Yeah.
With the Tina dream. And it's just like it's
Yeah.
a very
It's a
very
really
packed
weird-
episode.
I haven't watched
Yeah.
Glee in like a hot minute.
Right.
It was really a weird place to enter the Glee universe.
Sure. I
was
can't
trying to
think
think
The
of
how to
Glooniverse.
find those words and it didn't.
Yeah.
Glooniverse.
The
Yeah.
Glooniverse. Yeah. That's a weird way. Yeah. A weird place to drop in. And
Yeah.
what do you think of the inclusion of that song in that episode? Do you think that was fitting, or do you think
I feel like it was such a weird, like, random drop in the middle.
right?
Yeah.
Like it fit, but also, I don't know.
I really liked
I mean, I like it because I
it.
like anytime that Taylor Swift is included in anything.
Sure.
Right. Makes
But I feel
sense.
like it I don't know. I just feel like it's a good, not to be like corny, but it's just like it's a very like encapsulation of like Glee in a way that it's like, okay, we're doing a song and we're having these two characters connect on a plot and we're like I don't know. It's not like your typical who you would think would sing this song, you
That's
know?
true.
Like I guess like it could have very been easily given to Rachel. It could have been easily given to like even Finn, I think would have been a more obvious choice. But like this was like very out of left field, especially for their first of, I guess, 2 Taylor Swift songs. It felt like, oh, this is a very unique choice. And I like it. I stream.
Because like
I'll say
Mean was
it.
a single, but like it wasn't like a popular like Taylor Swift song. Like it wasn't an
No.
album deep cut or something, but it wasn't like Mine, which was
Mhm.
like a hit. I mean, Mean won like a couple Grammys. It's not a hit, but
I think
Yeah.
the episode is just so jam-packed with other stuff that it's just such a big episode. I like the performance on its own, but I always forget that it's surrounded by a bunch of other chaos.
Yeah.
that's Glee.
That is Glee. Yeah.
I'm trying to like remember how the world felt about Taylor Swift at the time, because it's funny like looking back at it now and being like, why didn't they cover this? Why didn't they sing this? Like, oh, they totally would have sang this. But then it's like I have to remember what the world was like at the time and how the world felt about Taylor Swift, period, and how the world felt about Glee and like what Glee was doing and also what was on the radio at that time. Trying to have an unbiased opinion. And
Yeah,
I
feel like
guess
Taylor Swift was not popular I mean, she was popular obviously, but she wasn't like critically acclaimed like she is now.
A person of the
Right.
year. Yeah.
yeah, she wasn't Times Person of the Year. It is weird that Mean is the song they chose, considering
Yeah.
the effect that You Belong With Me, Love Story
Exactly what I was thinking. Yeah.
had. I want to be inside Ryan Murphy's head or whoever chose and approved that song, because weird.
Well, I think that like Mean, sorry to just completely take over this conversation, but just like Mean is like very aligned. I feel like they're twins with like Loser Like Me in a sense.
was
It just
thinking the
feels
same
like a
thing.
very like
Yeah.
childish sort of view of like bullying in a sense, where it's like, hey,
Bullying,
like
knock it off.
right, seriously.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Stop.
one day you're gonna be washing my car. Like I'm gonna be living in a big city, and all you're gonna be is mean. When it's like, gosh, like I hate to be like the fucking Debbie Downer here, but like it's way more complicated than that.
Wait, can I go on a TED Talk?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Because I have, and I want to say something, and maybe this is controversial, and it's kind of just a thought that I just came out of my brain folds right now, is back in the mean days, like thinking about bullying and thinking about like loser like me, I'm kind of thinking about the time where bullying in general was not new, but I feel like the effects of bullying might have been relatively a new concept, like cyberbullying, especially with Cyberbully starring Emily Osment.
I was literally about to say that.
Iconic film.
Trying to open the bottle of
Sure. Yeah.
Right. And I think the like psychological effects of bullying came into light around that time. And so it's kind of just like this little pocket of era of like time where people were kind of thinking of bullying in a different way and kind of addressing it, like saying, hey, you're saying mean things, and you know what, I don't care, but I also do care, also stop, but also I'm better than you, I'll see you when you wash my car. I feel like this is kind of not opening a door, but like a peek inside of the door of our modern age of what we think of bullying.
Do we get those sort of songs nowadays? Because you make a very good point. Like those sort of, like, I feel like Shake It Off is like almost
Shake It
in
Off,
the same vein.
The hater's gonna hate, right?
Right. And it's like, okay, well, yeah.
I got so much like hate for like playing the victim with songs like, because Mean specifically, she wrote because this one like music critic named Bob, I can't remember his last name, he wrote this like scathing review of her Grammy performance with Stevie Nicks in 2010, and it was just so like mean that she wrote this song about it. So I feel like it's also kind of meta in that way of like it's about criticism of performance, and then they're performing it on Glee. So,
well, she
exactly
does,
what Taylor envisioned, I'm sure.
Right. She does still have lyrics that's like, you're gonna say what you say on the internet. You're gonna get your clout. You're gonna get your clout on the internet. Whatever. I don't care anymore.
Go ahead.
Like
get
Lavender
your clicks,
Haze.
babe. Yeah.
Like you're just gonna say what you're gonna say. Okay. Whatever. I can't change you. You can't change me. And so maybe that's kind of referencing it, but it's not looking it directly in the face anymore.
I was just listening to Mean all day in anticipation for this, and I was just like very conflicted about it because
Gleecast version or Taylor Swift?
Both. I was alternating
okay
between the Taylor's version. I know to stream that one. I know not to stream the other one. Good. The redacted version.
Redacted.
The stolen version, as people say.
Yeah. But I'm just like, oh, baby girl, like those mean people, they living in a big city myself, those mean people are living in the big city too.
They're there. They're everywhere.
I hate to.
You're never gonna run. You're never gonna run far enough away from them.
There's always gonna be nurses everywhere you go.
And I feel like I feel like in a lot of cases, like the meanest people you know are in the big cities too.
Yeah.
Oh no.
True,
is that like really pessimistic and terrible to say? I don't know, like if your demographic is like very young and they're impressionable and they're like, fuck, wait, I can't.
I think sometimes you just need to hear nice things when you're a teenager.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hope.
She still had a twinkle in her eye.
Yeah. Before they're just crushed by adulthood. I have a new appreciation for Mean because after talking about it with you guys, because I think when I initially came in, mine had my heart, but now it's going to be more of a battle
fight.
Your context for mine, because I forgot to watch that episode.
No,
the context to mine.
Yeah, because Santana sings it.
I know it's gay. That's all I know.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to take it, or do you want me to? I
have not watched that episode in a while. Here's what I remember. Santana's like, Brittany, you're great. I like to kiss you, but maybe we get back together, or maybe we break up. Or there's a pivotal moment in Britannia during this scene. I don't know if they're getting together or breaking
where
up.
are you ready to put your money at?
Breaking up.
Okay.
This is a quiz.
No, they're getting back together. Tell me the actual context.
The actual context is that this is season 4, episode 4, the breakup.
Mhm.
Oh, fuck.
So no, they did
Damn
not
it.
get back together in this episode. In fact, they were doing the complete opposite. So it's breakup season at McKinley High School. And so all the couples need to break up. And Brittany and Santana got the memo. They break up for like a dumb reason just because everybody else is breaking up. But
It is
yeah.
kind of a dumb reason, but it's a banger of an episode. Honestly.
Oh my God.
It's a crazy, go stupid episode.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Interesting that they
amazing.
chose it as a breakup song. In my notes for the lyric analysis breakdown, I was listening to it, and the song is a lot sadder than one might expect. Like if you dig deep enough. Well, I guess if you dig deep enough into anything. But just the concept of her having all of these issues because of the example set by her parents in itself, like that's the main theme of the song.
It's a great Santolo. It's a great Taylor Swift cover. I kind of, because I was sitting in my doctor's office today wondering if I have strep throat or not. I don't. If anybody was wondering.
Because we're all in the same room.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm just coughing all over everybody, sneezing on the pizza rolls. But I wrote down all of these like examples of, what would Glee sing? Because we did an episode like, what would Glee, it was Reputation. If Glee did a Reputation episode, who would sing what? And I wasn't that deep into my Swiftie era. I mean, I've always loved Taylor Swift since Fearless Tour 2009. But I wasn't like consuming Taylor Swift media as much as I am now. And so I was looking back and being like, okay, what do I actually think these people would sing? And I've kind of changed my perspective on Glee covering Taylor Swift, period. I don't want them to touch it. I'm glad they did it when they did. Like, I'm glad we got Me, and I'm glad we got Mine. I'm glad we didn't get Me.
Oh my God.
Gleecast version by Gleecast. Like, I'm glad that didn't happen.
That's Blaine and Rachel.
Would have happened. Oh my God. I didn't even think of that.
Absolutely Blaine Rachel. And so I'm glad, like, Mine is a good cover. I don't really like Taylor Swift covers in general. I like Taylor Swift to sing Taylor Swift music. But yeah, Mine is good. Mean is fine.
I think they're both fine. I mean, I think maybe I'm just like hearing a swayed discourse about Mine, but like from what I've heard, people tend to like the Mine Gleecast version more than the original. Where do we stand on that?
Well, the Gleecast version made it gay,
which we love.
Yes, yeah.
And they also made it Naya Rivera singing it, which we also love.
Yeah.
So I see the discourse.
I could see it.
It's her final like country album.
Yeah. It means pretty much the only really country song on Speak Now. She got a lot of criticism for that.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, Mine, I wasn't a big Mine girl. I wasn't a big Speak Now girl, period. If I was going to put on Speak Now, I'm going to be listening to Back to December. But yeah, I wasn't a big Mine girl to begin with, although the music video slapped.
I love
Black and White. Lucas Till, right?
Yeah.
Lucas Till was You Belong
Was
With
it Lucas
Me.
Till? Wait, the Mine
You Belong
music
With Me.
video?
And it was a
different blonde
guy named Toby.
Yeah.
A different blonde guy.
I just like watched like
they all kind of look
Taylor Swift did like a music video breakdown of it, and she was like talking about like casting that guy and talking about like casting the young girl that apparently was from maybe a town that she grew up in, and I don't know, a town that meant something to her, where they would constantly say like, that little girl looks like Taylor Swift, and so she just put her in the music video.
That little girl looks like Taylor Swift. Put
Yeah, it was a news reporter. That little girl.
Oh my gosh, that girl looks like Taylor Swift.
Cigar.
Put her in the music video now.
Oh man, because I did a little bit like minor research on the music video. I didn't watch behind the scenes, but that girl is the daughter of a professional wrestler.
So,
oh, really?
There you go.
What strange lore.
Yeah.
What's the John Cena music?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's that.
Wow, very cool. Okay.
There were actually 2 daughters of professional wrestlers in the music video.
What?
Yeah.
Taylor?
Taylor actually is a professional wrestler.
Herself.
I'm gonna start this. I'm gonna start this
so
now.
much free time.
Yeah, so much.
Gotta
Just
pick up another hobby.
gotta stay fit, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah, one was named Jacqueline. The other one, and Jacqueline, I think, was the younger version of Taylor. And then there's another one who just made an appearance. I
Were they sisters or was it like 2 separate wrestlers?
wrestlers.
Interesting.
What is that group chat like?
Maybe Taylor just loves WWE on the side.
It's
He's like
possible.
casual.
Casual. She's allowed to have
Personally,
interest.
Not me, but
Yeah.
that's cool.
Love that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Getting that demographic, I guess.
Right.
If like Mean at the time gave me a little bit of the cringe. Like when I listen to it now, I have like a deep appreciation for it. In the moment, I was kind of like, eh. Because can I be negative on this podcast? Not about Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
I love Taylor Swift.
You could be negative
About
just
Joey
yourself.
King.
Oh, okay. Let's hear it.
Little Ramona
Oh, wait,
Quimby.
you can't be negative about Joey King. I'm reading between
I have
the
to.
lines.
I have to. I have to. I have to. That fuck ass Bob.
Yeah.
I cannot. Ruined the music video for me.
You're so right.
Ruined the music
Bullied
video.
because he had
Ruined the
employment on her
song.
dress. It was fuck ass Bob.
It was terrible.
The music video. That's like she's getting bullied.
Oh,
That's her whole plot line. Is that she's getting bullied and she's eating
Because of the
lunch
Bob.
in the bathroom.
This is that fuck ass Bob. That Ramona Quimby ass Selena Gomez co-starring fucking Bob.
Selena Gomez co-starring. Jesus Christ. As
my God,
used
I said.
as like a pejoratively. You Selena Gomez co-starring. It's like Jennifer Stone and David Henry found dead in a ditch.
Oh man.
But didn't Joey King is her name. She came back for the music video this past
yeah,
year.
for
It was
the-
both the people who starred in the Mean music video were Joey King and Presley Cash. And then they
Who's
were in
that?
I Can See You. It's like she just did Mean, and I think she's a musician.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Like
think
she's
she's
not
a
well
musician.
known. Like this was a big moment for her to be back in the music video.
Mm.
Like I love that
Yeah.
for her.
But
Oh,
yeah,
that's
they were
good.
both in the I Can See You music
Vault
video
breakout.
with Taylor Lautner.
With Taylor Lautner.
Which that concert day
Right.
when Speak Now TV dropped and they brought out Taylor Lautner
and
and
he did an anxiety flip on stage. Like it wasn't
Dude,
planned.
they
Wait a
won.
minute.
People pooped their pants, including me.
I'm so glad that we're talking about the flip of it all because to me that was a reference to Valentine's Day.
Mm.
Okay,
Yes.
so like he talked
Ooh,
about
yeah.
it on him and his wife have a podcast, and he was just like, sometimes when I'm anxious and I don't know what I'm doing, I'll just do a flip.
God.
So he literally was
I
just
wish-
like,
I
he
wish
walked
I
out on
would
the
do that
stage,
shit
and he
instead of biting my
realized how long the
nails.
stage was because she was all the way at the end, at like the end of the super long, like 50-yard stage, and he was like, I just have to walk, and everybody's just cheering. This is so awkward. I'm gonna do a flip.
Let me
That
do a
is,
flip.
you know what? If he can do it, he should.
It's
It's
giving
like
like
a-
a boy, and I love it for him.
If you build it, they will flip. Yeah.
If you build it, they will flip.
I also
Just because you can doesn't mean you should.
I
I'm
also
glad that he did.
ironically love Valentine's Day.
That's a great movie.
Oh, it's so good.
I will say last thing about mine that I wanted to bring up was that I feel really dissecting it today through the lens of Santana. I feel like, I mean, Ryan Murphy doesn't give nearly as much thought to this show as the people watching it do. And that's just a fact that we need to live with. however, if we were like to put together the pieces of like what Santana's providing in mind of like, she doesn't want to turn out like her parents, I feel like is one of the lyrics. They don't want to make the same mistakes. A careless man's careful daughter. I don't know if I would identify Santana as careful. But like I think that we can assume that Santana's parents are divorced. Just judged off the fact that Santana's dad is nowhere to be present when she gets married. But I mean, I don't know. I feel like I'm grasping at straws and trying to make sense of something that very well could have just been a happenstance.
I think that in terms of like careless man's careful daughter, it's more of careful as in careful not to give her heart away, which she really did for the first time with Brittany.
That's a very good point.
Good
very
how I interpret it.
Yeah.
I really
and I
enjoyed the performance.
And I think that like the lyrics with like you put your arm around me for the first time. I just like know that for Britannia it was like a very big deal when they would hold hands for the first time and like actually just be like very public with their relationship. And so I'm like, okay, I guess all of these things pertain. I don't know if it was like the correct choice for that moment, but I'm just like trying to just make sense of it, I feel.
So in terms of mine versus mean, how are we feeling? If we were to do hand-to-hand combat.
I'm gonna vote mine. I feel like
I'm voting mine.
I'm gonna vote mine as well.
I'll do a little pity one for mean.
Okay.
I just think because
That
it's like
seems
more encapsulation.
Yeah.
Glee.
Oh wow. Wow.
Thank you so much for having us.
oh,
my
you guys
gosh.
so much
This
for
has been
being on.
incredible.
This was so fun.
This was so much fun.
Now
Oh my
we're
gosh.
podcast friends.
We're podcast buds.
Now we have friends of the pod.
We
Hell
do. We have
yeah.
actual friends of the pod.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Very exciting.
Oh my
That's so
God.
fun.
Yeah. Thank you for allowing us to be your first guest. That's huge.
I know, that's crazy.
We're literally just so happy.
We're just winging it.
Yeah. So
That's so fun.
yeah, this was so amazing. Thank you for being so kind, for agreeing to do it, and for letting us use your Zoom Pro.
Oh
Of
my gosh.
course.
Yay! Oh my gosh. Thank you.
And
we're back.
we're back. Wow. We all just experienced that conversation together at the same time right there.
So we're gonna keep this pretty brief, I think.
Yeah.
We're just gonna do it.
We're just gonna do it. I feel
Yeah.
like I should go first.
Okay, yeah.
Because
I've gone
Mean was
first.
covered earlier in Glee.
You know what? It's all you, bestie.
Mean. So this is track 6 on Speak Now and Speak Now Taylor's version. So this is, you listen to Dear John and then you're just like depressed. And then track 6 is bam. Remember, this is a country album. So like every other song on Speak Now, this was solo written by Dr. Taylor Allison Swift. This was also a single off of Speak Now. And some people claimed this was the only country song on Speak Now. I have to agree. It's got banjos. It's got twang. It's got that wow part. I love that. She won 2 Grammys for this song at the 2012 Grammy Awards. She won the Best Country Solo Performance and Best Country Song awards for this song. The single peaked at number 11 on the Billboard Hot 100, number 2 on the Hot Country Songs chart. It's certified triple platinum. There's a music video that features Joey King and Presley Cash, which we mentioned in the episode in our conversation. And allegedly, this song as a whole is about a music critic who just gave this like scathing review of her 2010 performance at the Grammys with Stevie Nicks, which he literally said that this was a career-ending performance. Like that was the gist of his thing. If you Google it, you can find it. It's just him being like, Fearless was a good album, but like that performance just proves she can't sing. Some singers should sing with auto-tune. She can't sing. That just shortened her career, if not ended it. Like those were like exact sentiments that he was being a dick. And then she wrote this song about it. She won 2 Grammys, and she sang this at the 2012 Grammys. with the iconic lyric change. My favorite. I feel like every time I watch this Grammys performance, I get tears in my eyes when she does it. The last chorus, she goes, "Someday I'll be singing this at the Grammys, and all you're ever gonna be is mean." It's like, yeah, Bob, are you at the Grammys? No, but Taylor is, and she won 2 awards for the song she wrote about you. Get fucked. I don't know why I paused. Like I didn't want to say fuck. I'm turning into you.
My influence. Haha.
This was on the set list for Speak Now and Red World tours. It was performed at a handful of 1989 tour dates in place of You're in Love. It was a surprise song on the Reputation tour in Dublin on June 15th, 2018. And it was a surprise song at Tampa Night 3, April 15th, 2023 for the Eras tour. In terms of my personal connection to the song, when I was in the 10th grade, I had this awful swim coach. I had a shoulder injury and he made me keep swimming butterfly, which is the most difficult stroke on your shoulders. And I tore my rotator cuff because he was a bad coach. Anyways, so me and my good friend, Lulu.
Oh, right. Friend of the podcast, Lulu.
Good friend, fellow Swiftie, fellow swimmer at the time. We both loved Taylor Swift, and so we would share our little headphones and listen to the song, and we'd sing it at him behind his back.
Iconic.
And then when he turned around, we'd act like we were doing something else. Like we full on, like he was standing like 5 feet away from us, and we were just giving we were lip syncing for our lives on the pool deck to this song. Like
wow.
It's so 2012 of me.
I just love that.
It was so fun. Just imagine like a couple of 16 or 17-year-old girls just like angrily lip syncing this at like a grown ass man with a soul patch.
The soul patch really does it.
In terms of my lyrical analysis, overall interpretation, I would just like to pull a quote from Dr. Taylor Allison Swift, Time Person of the Year 2023. The trash takes itself out every time. Every single time. Sorry, the single is important. That's it, the trash takes itself out. That's
karma is real.
I feel like she's written a lot of songs where like that's the thesis, but in different ways. There's this one, there's Look What You Made Me Do, there's Long Story Short. The trash always takes itself out. So you, with your words like knives, this is off the bat, subverting the cliche phrase like sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt. Like these words are meant to hurt, so they're going to. Like that's what they're intended for. Swords and weapons that you use against me. She talks about weapons in Would've, Could've, Should've that we discussed last week. Memories feel like weapons. And then also in Happiness, when did all our lessons start to look like weapons pointed at my deepest hurt? Got me feeling like I'm nothing. In the roast of Taylor, that is Bob, whatever his name is, critique of her Grammys performance, he said she just essentially destroyed her career and should have used autotune. And if that doesn't make you feel like nothing, like I don't know what would. You with your voice like nails on a chalkboard. I just wrote, boom, roasted. Taylor said, if you're going to say my voice is bad, then I'm going to say the same about you. Calling me out when I'm wounded. Genius connected this to Bad Blood. Did you have to hit me where I'm weak, baby? I couldn't breathe. You're picking on the weaker man. Just kind of calling out the fact that he's like writing this takedown of a 20-year-old, and he's, I assume, an old white guy. I believe I saw a picture, and that's what he is.
That tracks.
It tracks. Fitting. You could take me down with just one single blow. I kind of connect this to how Taylor like already has issues with public disapproval after like the whole Kanye VMAs incident. And she's still like fragile enough that an underhanded blow like this can take her down, because she doesn't have the thick skin that she needs for this level of like just meant to hurt critique. You don't know what you don't know, because he made an assumption about her entire career and the trajectory of her career literally off of one performance.
Yeah.
Like, bitch.
That's so...
But Taylor knows how much drive and talent she has. And now, is Bob, what's his name, Time Person of the Year? I don't think so.
He's sure not. We don't even know his last name.
I looked at it. It's not important.
Bob is irrelevant. Taylor Swift is forever.
Exactly. Bob is irrelevant. Anyways, someday I'll be living in a big old city. 1989 Easter egg.
Yes.
Welcome to New York is the sister song to this because I said so. Oh, what is this? Oh, I was like, why is this such a long note? Oh, it's because I have something from Bob. I have a quote from Bob. All you're ever going to be is mean. I go, yeah, this is true because this is what he said in response. I get email every day. Email singular. Every day I get email.
How come 3 episodes in a row we've made that reference?
It's because Adam Driver was on SNL. He's top of mind.
Okay, there you go.
Okay. Every day I get email. Okay, I get email every day telling me I'm an asshole. As a matter of fact, the same guy emails, he does know how to use a plural, every day to tell me I'm a shithead. Let me see. He emailed me 295 times so far. It goes with the territory. Stick out your neck and people will bite it. And just like Obama doesn't waste time fighting the petty ignoramuses. Don't think that's a fucking word. I'm surprised that Taylor Swift would stoop to this level, but she still can't sing. And if this song is really about me, I wish it were better. Bitch, it won 2 Grammys. And you can't pluralize email.
Okay, but ignoramuses. Firstly, I don't know if ignoramus, I know from the Cracker Barrel. When you play, if you know, you know. When you play the little peg game. So at every table, there's a little peg game, and you play it. And if you, depending on how many pegs you have left, it tells you like what your score is. And if you have 1 left, it's like you're a genius. And then 2, it's like you're pretty smart. And then if you have 4 or more, you're an ignoramus. So I think it means.
Is he
idiot.
referencing the fucking Cracker Barrel?
I mean, old white men typically go there.
I haven't been there in a while because they shut down the one in our town and turned it into a Planet Fitness. I used to go to it.
Well,
now I
go.
don't. Great story, Kat. Also, I'm like, let me point out that was Kat saying that. That was not Abby saying great story, Kat. That was a self roast.
Self roast.
Okay, someday I'll be big enough so you can't hit me. Only musician to ever get Time Person of the Year. I'd say it's true.
Is that true?
I'm pretty sure.
We just make declarations and hope they're right.
I saw a TikTok about it, then I didn't fact check it.
Okay.
I went to Google and the only entertainer to win Time Person of the Year, and the first Google result is Taylor Swift the only entertainer in the world?
She is, to me.
She was the first person from the arts to be honored for her success as an entertainer.
Wow.
So
Way to go, Taylor.
we love that.
We
have no choice but to stand, and that's why we're here. So yeah, I mean,
get wrecked, Bob.
Get wrecked, Bob. That's the thesis of this song. Is get wrecked, Bob, and all Bob-like people.
Yeah, literally.
All you're ever gonna be is mean.
He's a fuck ass Bob.
He's a fuck ass Bob. Oh my god!
I wanted to say that while we were talking to Andrew and Allison so badly, and I couldn't get a time to say it.
But now we got it. The fuck ass Bob made the cut.
He's the fuck ass Bob. I
made the cut. Get it?
I had to say it.
I almost brought up your fuck ass Bob.
Okay, yeah. Sue me. When I was 12.
I had a fuck ass Bob when I was like 19, so that's worse. 18.
We've all been through it.
We've all had a fuck ass Bob. I asked for a trim. She gave me a fuck ass Bob. I cried in my car. It was fine.
I said, this is what I want. And they gave it to me, and then I hated it. But it's fine. We've all been through it.
We've all fuck ass bobbed around. We've all found out.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
All you're ever going to be is mean. If you build your career as a critic only being negative, you're not a critic. You're just a bully. Like, good critics can give positive feedback and like make connections between different albums and muses and that sort of thing. But just saying, as Bob did, yeah, Fearless was a good album, but Taylor Swift's career over. That's not good music criticism, Bob. Why you gotta be so mean? My note is just, what is the point of being a dick, Bob?
Dick Bob.
We have reverted back to 12-year-olds. I can feel a fuck ass Bob coming on.
Oh no. I used all my mental energy to not embarrass myself while having a conversation with Gleek of the Week. I got
It's okay. You can embarrass yourself in front of me. We've been there. We've done that.
Yeah, for sure.
We got the fuck ass bobs.
Yeah, you saw the bob. I saw your bob.
I would like to say also that we are fully sober.
So sober.
It's just like a Monday.
Yeah.
You with your switching sides, just past the Bob of it all. In a larger context, critics love to switch sides when the tide turns. So back when it was like cool to hate Taylor, more people would put out content saying that she's not talented, blah, blah, blah. But now, if you put out content about Taylor Swift sucking, it's pretty much just for rage bait and clickbait. Like, nobody seriously publishes that and expects that it's going to be received well. And your wildfire lies, love, because wildfire catches on, spreads uncontrollably, just like rumors and criticism and lies can. And your humiliation, I think there's a lot of times like dehumanization in entertainment critique, and like celebrities and media get picked apart, especially like their personal lives, and it's almost like they're these fictional characters that are just getting like torn apart, and critics don't think about like the person behind the public face. But Taylor is like pointing out here that like saying these things is like humiliating. It's like there's a person behind it receiving this criticism.
It's very easy when you're behind a screen to just say things that are really hurtful.
Yeah, because it's, you know, you can take a step back, but when somebody's receiving that criticism, they're not.
Yeah.
You've pointed out my flaws again, as if I don't already see them. Like, I just can't imagine having like a bad performance at the Grammys and already feeling bad about it, and then like reading this critique that like your career is over because you didn't use auto-tune, like, and you're like 20 years, like that just must have been devastating.
Yeah. There's a song called These Days by Jackson Browne, and the last line of the song is something on the lines of like, don't remind me of my failures, I've not forgotten them. And that's what that reminds me of.
I walk with my head down, trying to block you out. It's very high schooler imagery, like walking down the hall, trying not to get bullied, trying to like hide away. And so she's like trying to block you out because I'll never impress you. Genius pointed out a connection between the song and Dear John. You're an expert at sorry and keeping the lines blurry, never impressed by me acing your tests. So again, this is like another older man who's like judging her, and no matter what she does, she knows she's never going to impress him. The next line, I just want to feel okay again. My note is just the word sad. That's it.
That's it. That's all one needs.
I just want to feel okay again. Yeah, that's just sad. That's it. Pre-chorus number 2, we got a little switch up. I bet you got pushed around. Somebody made you cold. That kind of classic abuse to abuser cycle. She's like, this isn't homegrown levels of asshole. This is above and beyond. This is store-bought collaborative levels of asshole.
This is some generational
assholery.
Yeah.
But the cycle ends right now. But we stand a queen, breaking the cycle of abuse. Because you can't lead me down that road. Because she knows that even though it would be easy to stoop to his level and become just like a bully or a diva or whatever, she isn't like that. And no matter what he does, she won't get on his level. It's because she's 5'11". I'm sure she's taller than you, Bob. And on to the bridge. I feel like it's such a good like country music moment of like the classic like painting the picture of the song. I can see you years from now in a bar talking over a football game. It's such a good roast because she's saying that this guy is going to go to the bar the night of a football game and think that his opinion is so important that people would rather listen to him talk than watch the football game that they went to the bar for. Like, she's just like, you are so delusional and such an asshole that you would rather like ruin other people's nights and like distract them and try to be the most important thing than like enjoy what you're supposed to enjoy. Just enjoy things.
Also, I Can See You, which is in both my song, mine, I Can See It, and also I Can See You, the vault track on Speak Now.
Oh shit. We can see.
We can see.
That same big loud opinion. This is another great roast with the same, like, he's going to stay the same. She's right. This particular critic did in fact say the same. and doubled down on his hatred of Taylor Swift after the song was released. I just go, fortune teller Swift in the house. But nobody's listening. Again,
it's also kind of funny because now that she is dating Travis Kelce, like this guy's talking over a football game about how much Taylor Swift sucks.
This dude is pissed. I know it. He's one of the dads, Brads, and Chads that Taylor talked about. That's just like, I don't care if I'm annoying them. I'm just going to my boyfriend's football game.
He's a Dobbs, Bobs, and Jobs.
That was so close.
Okay.
Washed up and ranting about the same old bitter things. He said she ruined her career, and then she proceeded to win 2 Grammys for a song where she paints his future as a washed up bitter man who no one wants to listen to. Literal icon behavior. Like,
absolutely.
Drunk and grumbling on about how I can't sing. A specific quote from Bob's article, blog post, whatever. The site looks like it hasn't been updated since 2000. I don't need to analyze the performance. Hell, I don't get how Taylor rearranged her own hit song. But what I am interested in is the impact, because now everybody knows that Taylor Swift can't sing. Is this what they'll remember? No. No, Bob, it's not. They're going to remember the Grammys that she won for the song. And then in between the bridge and the chorus, there's just all you are is mean. And then just like the most absolute, just like fucking bodied Bob. Just, this is the prequel to No Body, No Crime, because we're about to witness a murder. All you are is mean and a liar and pathetic and alone in life. God damn, Taylor. Speak Now Taylor was terrifying. Speak Now Taylor is the one most likely to commit murder, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah, she's ready.
But someday I'll be living in a big old city, and this is where she changed at the Grammys.
Yeah.
And she's singing. She's got her whole band. She's banding it up.
She's banding.
She's banding. She's banjoing. She's singing this at the Grammys. My only discussion question is just, how have you ever related to the song? And if so, how? Give examples.
You mean have ever been bullied?
I didn't mean to ask it like that, but
you saw the Bob.
It was pretty fuck ass. It's pretty fuck ass, yeah.
Oh yeah, God. Oh my God, yeah. Okay, so in the 8th grade, in the first 10 weeks of 9th grade, I switched schools. So I went to a different school and they did not like me there. I was the new kid. I was weird. I mean, I really was weird. And weird's not a bad thing, but I was a really strange kid. I was really, socially awkward. And I didn't look like everyone else. And it was really hard. I got bullied a lot. They had a rumor that went around that I was a stripper.
And where are they all now?
Where are they? Some of them are, in fact, nurses.
That fucking fits. That fucking fits.
Yeah, so that rumor went
Sorry
around.
to any nice nurses who are listening. I've made fun of you several times.
There are a lot of nice nurses out there. But yeah, the girls at the school were not nice to me. I don't know where they are now, but I know where I am. And honestly, I'm doing good. I'm not at the Grammys or anything, but
not yet.
I'm with my best friend doing a podcast and I'm in grad school and that's really awesome and exciting. So
for those at home, I'm just oddly flailing my head around. So people would try to bully me, but they would only try once.
No one wanted to mess with you.
And this is why I stopped getting bullied after the 8th grade. Because I was just like, oh, you're going to be mean to me? Well, have you considered the fact that I'm a bitch?
We made it through, though.
We made it through.
So way to go. And all you are is mean
and a liar
and pathetic and
alone in life. Friends don't dance, and if they don't dance, then
no friends of mine.
I don't know where that came from.
It was on Glee.
Well, yeah, but we didn't talk about it.
Well, it's a Glee episode, so we can talk about whatever. As long as we can relate it to Glee. There's probably a guy named Bibe. Jeez Louise.
It's like Bob, but bye.
Oh, no, he was on Glee.
I hate to make it about Bibe.
Not Bibe. Bibe. They also sing that on
Glee. Screw this Bibe. We're getting through this one.
She would have made such a lovely Bibe.
Biding my time. Biding my time. My face hurts. I'm laughing too much.
He wanted a vibe. I was making Mahoney. This could go on. I'm gonna cap it.
All right, that's what it's like when you make a typo in the group chat.
That's exactly what it's
That
like.
was a spoken word poem.
Oh man, it's a full-length episode, but most of it's this. All right. No. Mine. Yay, we're covering mine.
Hooray.
Hurrah. Glee kids, hurrah. That's also a Glee quote. I'm making it work.
A gloat, if you will.
A gloat. There's nothing gloating about that. All right. Mine is the first track on Speak Now and Speak Now, Taylor's version. It debuted initially on August 4th, 2010 as her 11th single. It actually came out 2 weeks early due to an internet leak.
Boo.
Boo. Don't leak stuff. Taylor said, it made me so emotional I started crying, but then it worked out. And I'm like, baby girl, no.
I feel like I remember that.
Don't make Taylor cry. Don't leak her stuff. Just be a good person. Stop being Bob.
Don't be a fuck-ass Bob.
Don't be a Bob. I already said my F word of the episode.
Oh, yeah, you said fuck.
I know.
That's how tired we are.
That's how tired I am, and that's also how important it was for me to make that joke. I think it was worth it. Tell us in the comments if it was worth.
That'll be the poll for this week. It's just like, do you think Abby's use of fuck was morally correct?
And the two answers are yes and yes. Yes again.
Yes and yes, she's 26 years old.
She's allowed. Anyway.
One fuck. That's a treat.
One, yep. Taylor said the song is about her tendency to run from love and how the person the song about is the exception. It originally peaked at number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100. The music video, which starred Toby Hemingway as the love interest, won Video of the Year at the CMT Music Awards.
Love that.
Taylor puts hidden messages in the lyric booklet for all of her songs, and the hidden message, the way that it said it on Taylor's Wikipedia is that it just said, hidden message, Toby.
Amazing.
I just love how that was the message. Just a couple quick other thoughts about the music video. It was the first time Taylor directed herself. We already mentioned with Andrew and Allison that the younger version of her was played by her friend, which is the daughter of a professional wrestler. Part of it was filmed in Maine, and at the premiere for the music video, George W. Bush showed up with his grandchildren.
What? What the fuck?
Isn't that strange? Bit odd, isn't it?
Why? Anyways,
I'm
just going to process that for a while.
Yeah.
George W. Bush.
The vibes are weird.
It's just a group of guys named Bob that are bi. They're just like being really weird in the corner.
The Vibe Tribe.
God, dude. We can't do this again.
Sorry.
I started it.
You brought
and I'm finishing it. You brought Vibe into this world and I won't dig it out.
Okay. So this song made Taylor the second female artist in the history of the Hot 100 to have multiple tracks debut at the top 5 during a calendar year. The first being Mariah Carey. So there you go.
Love that for her.
This song was on a bunch of set lists. Speak Now World Tour. I wrote this in the most confusing way possible. I apologize.
Just read it as you wrote it.
No.
Do it.
I will not.
Read it as you wrote it.
Okay, it was on the Speak Now World Tour. She performed it at select days on the Red Tour, the 1989 World Tour, and the Reputation Stadium Tour. The first time she performed it was on June 11th, 2010 at a small intimate concert that aired as part of CMA Music Festival, which aired later. See, I told you it's confusing. Anyway.
That makes sense because the song wasn't released till August 2010. Right?
Yeah, it came out, the special came out on September 1st. She also performed it with You Belong With Me at the 2010 NFL opening kickoff event. You know, amazing. NFL. I just love making football references now because I know so much about football.
I know that they run.
They do run. There's balls.
Usually just the one.
Just one ball, actually. Okay. She also performed it on the Italian X Factor, and I only brought that up because I like to bring up Italy when I can.
Italy represent.
Italy represent. Okay. Here's where things get interesting.
Was the rest of the podcast not interesting?
We'll see. She sang it as a surprise song in the Eras Tour in Nashville on May 7th, the day that Would've, Could've, Should've was performed, as we mentioned last week.
Together.
But here's the wild thing. Because when Taylor's version came out in July, Taylor posted a snippet of this song, Mine, on June 24th. And she performed Dear John as a surprise song on June 24th. So there's a link between Mine, Would've, Could've, Should've, and Dear John. If you take your magnifying glass.
Red yarn. You have a cork board. You put them up. You tie them together.
Conspiracy theorist over here. This song was covered by Maroon 5. Did you know that?
I wish I didn't.
And I will never listen to it.
It's a no for me.
Okay, now we get into the lyrical breakdown. Oh, wow. Very reminiscent of and I Can See You.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was thinking Hannah Montana Transitions.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. She wrote a Hannah Montana movie song.
You know, Lucas Till was in the Hannah Montana movie.
Easter egg.
Easter egg.
Wait,
I thought about Glee.
I have a tangent, but also an idea.
Okay.
New road trip game. It's called Easter egg, and you just point things out that jokingly could be related to Taylor Swift, and you yell Easter egg.
I love this game for us.
I played this with Brienne, without naming it when we went on our road trip in California.
Fun.
Like we were at the beach right before 1989 TV was released, and there was 5 seagulls, and we went Easter egg. Easter egg.
Amazing.
So would recommend.
There you go.
For the Easter egg of it all.
So in the first verse, she sets up this other person. She does specify that this was a guy that she had a crush on, so I'll use he, him pronouns for it. So he's in college working part-time waiting tables, left a small town, never looked back. This all just sets up who he is, about how old he is, what he's doing. He's, in school, but he's also working. He's waiting tables. Left a small town. Like lots of little details that give you a lot of information in a short amount of time. I was a flight risk with a fear of falling. Like randomly, she's just like, boom, hard hitting lyric. Huzzah.
She's like, you were waiting tables. I had trauma.
My dating life in a nutshell. Okay. So this carries on the theme of her fear. This brings up the fact that she's scared to open up to love someone because of what she's grown up seeing with her parents. It sounds like it was a pretty rocky relationship. She doesn't want to be like that. And so she's scared to experience that again. And therefore she's closed herself off. And this whole song is kind of a what if situation because this song doesn't happen. Like this didn't happen. Very much like Enchanted. She lives out their big old love story, but it's all just her thinking about it. So a flight risk is someone who's been accused of a crime and is considered likely to try to escape out of the country before their trial begins. I just got that off Google. So she is likely to flee rather than falling in love. And falling in love to her is kind of like a crime. So the fear of falling is the fear of either falling in love and committing that crime, or if we're continuing the plane metaphor, she's a flight risk. She's escaping this thing, but the plane it might crash anyway. It's a lose-lose situation. Like if she continues the way that she's doing things, she still might get hurt. So she's deciding to take the jump to stop being a flight risk.
Fear of falling. I don't like that falling feels like flying till the bone crush.
Yeah.
Also, does Labyrinth, does that have a lyric about planes, or am I just thinking?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Yeah, it does. You turned the plane back around.
Yeah.
How'd you turn it right around? Thought the plane was going down. How'd you turn it? I got there.
All I could think of was the girl that did the TikTok dance where she does the plane.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Catherine?
Yeah.
We stand. Let's get her on the pod.
Absolutely. Wondering why we bother with love if it never lasts.
So good.
Is we the collective we as in society, or is she talking about her and him?
I've always thought of it as like a royal we.
Yeah, I have too. But as I was writing it out, I was like, maybe he also has a thing about love.
It could be.
Who knows?
Who's to say?
Who's to say?
Us. As the authorities on making shit the fuck up.
The pre-chorus, I say, can you believe it? Like now she's in disbelief. She's having this domestic moment with him. They're lying on the couch, and now she can see it. She's in this position that she never thought she'd be in. I can see it now. That's where I also referenced I Can See You. and like the and how that also is parallel. Do you remember we were sitting there by the water? You put your arm around me for the first time. It's just another little quiet moment of like the first time that there was a connection there, that something felt special.
We love that.
You made a rebel of a careless man's careful daughter. Probably the most iconic line of the song.
I love that she made daddy issues so poetic.
Truly. A Rolling Stone critic called this a brilliant throwaway line because it really is just like so quick, but so much is said in so little. Because up to this point, she doesn't mention why she has the fear of falling. She hasn't mentioned that yet. But this one line tells you in such a concise way the careless man, her father, and how she doesn't want to be like him. She doesn't want to end up like her parents. And this new person entered her life and makes her rebel against everything that she's ever known and told herself to do. It just gives so much context to the story. You are the best thing that's ever been mine.
This is before she had cats.
True. Okay, here's where things get a little sad. Sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay. You are the best thing that's ever been mine. It's kind of a deeply sad lyric because, like, the best thing that's ever been hers is another person. And for the word mine, there's a lot of times she compares, like, she claims ownership of her partners on Speak Now. It happens a lot. So in Back to December, wishing I'd realized what I had when you were mine. Hours, right now you're mine. Electric touch, maybe I call you mine. Foolish one, I know I can't call you mine. And then the final track, to parallel the first track in Timeless, you still would have been mine. So there's a lot of that there. But
It's got chills.
I wrote, let's add some pain real quick.
Oh, geez.
Give me back my girlhood, it was mine first. That was something that should have been hers, that wasn't. And so this is like something that she has, something that she can claim.
Ouch.
Yeah, I'm sorry. So anyway, let's throw the sadness away, get back to it. Flash forward and we're taking on the world together. A bit of time travel in this song. Also goes with the song Timeless. They're very, if you look at this one in Timeless, it's a really nice little open and closer.
I haven't thought of them as parallels before, but now I'm going to not stop thinking about it.
There's a drawer of my things at your place. Again, a really good way to just concisely say where they are in their relationship. They don't live together, but she has a drawer of her things at his place. They're taking on the world together. Things are going really good. You learn my secrets and you figure out why I'm guarded. So she opened up to him.
She's so good.
Yeah. And that part of a relationship where you finally open up to people and you let them in on the imperfect parts of you is a big old step.
Yeah. Yeah. That's where a lot of relationships fall apart because you start dating someone and they like put on an air or like you think that they're one way and they aren't. And then you break up because of that.
Yeah.
That's as deep as my thoughts will go right now. Do not dive into my brain. It's shallow.
It's just a wheeze.
A wheeze of it all.
And vibe. That's it. All right. And he says, like, you say we'll never make my parents' mistakes. So he assures her, we're not like your parents. And she chooses to believe him and take the chance on this. But we got bills to pay. We got nothing figured out. I just wrote mood, hashtag being in your 20s. Like, mood.
We've all been there.
When it was hard to take, this is what I thought about. When things get rough in her relationship, she remembers that first time that they connected again because it's so special to her. Do you remember we were sitting there by the water? Phrasing it like a question means that they both continuously revisit this memory just to like confirm, like, yeah, that's still there. I still hold that memory.
Oh.
And then there's a second part of the chorus that she adds. Do you remember all the city lights in the water? You saw me start to believe for the first time. Lights could be literal or her whole world lighting up. Which is just freaking cute, man.
Also, I feel the city lights versus Sad Empty Town.
True. Yeah, this is a very healthy thing that she's creating and imagining.
We love that. We love imagining. It's manifesting.
It's manifesting.
If you're daydreaming about a healthy relationship, it's manifesting.
Mm-hmm. And I manifest all the time.
I manifest you all the time.
The bridge. I remember that fight, 2:30 a.m., and everything was slipping right out of our hands. First of all, 2:30 a.m., just like me for real.
She's up and they're at it.
I'm always awake. and just perpetually not sleeping. But they're having a fight in the middle of the night. This is like a big deal. And also the first fight as a couple is another monumentous thing.
Yeah.
Like when you first let them in and everything's okay, and then the first fight. My therapist often says that conflict builds intimacy. So after you have a fight like that, afterwards you do feel closer to that person because you made it through it.
Yeah.
We talked about how that can initiate a toxic cycle, but it can also be a really positive thing as well. It's also an important thing to argue with your partner.
Yeah. Can't agree on everything all the time because realistically there are things you don't agree about and one of you is holding it in, and then that can build resentment. And then you break up after Valentine's Day.
But
no experience necessary.
But if all you ever see
experienced it on your behalf.
Yeah, now you don't have to.
Check.
But if all you've seen are your parents in this like really negative aspect of what fighting is, then do you think it's a deal breaker? You think it's the end of everything? And so she wants to run away from it. She runs out crying and he follows her, and she braced herself for the goodbye. I love that line. She braced herself for everything just coming to an end because it's all I've ever known. Like, and that's so common. You think that after that first fight, like, oh, it's over. We had a good run. But that's not the deal. He took her by surprise and said, I'll never leave you alone. So instead of leaving, he followed her. And then for the final chorus, it changes. So now he's saying, I remember how we felt sitting by the water. And every time I look at you, it's like the first time, which this is
what
so
song
romantic.
did I cover that happened? Our song.
Oh, yeah.
Our song is the same exact flip. Wait,
that's true.
It's the same exact thing where the first two
that's
choruses
true.
are her saying.
It is, yeah.
He said, and then it's I'm saying.
Yeah.
Or I guess it's the flip flop.
And they're both good boyfriends. So
yeah.
Woohoo.
Yay, good boyfriends.
I just love how he reminded her of the beautiful things because he knows her so well that he knows how to get through to her and to comfort her. Because this whole time she's like, do you remember that night by the water? And now he's like, I do remember it. He's reminding her. He's assuring her. Every time I look at you, it's like the first time. He's saying that it always feels like that for me even now. That is so romantic.
Just like Pitch Perfect.
It's just like Pitch Perfect.
The first time.
I was wondering where you were going with that, but yeah, I remember.
The very first time.
I fell in love with a careless man's careful daughter. She is the best thing that's ever been mine. And I just wrote Taylor Swift, setting unattainable standards for men since 1989.
I remember also when Speak Now came out that everybody was like, if my boyfriend doesn't post me to this lyric, I'm going to dump him.
Good.
Or like all the videos are like PSA, like Swiftie boyfriends. When
True.
Speak Now Taylor's version comes out, your girlfriend's going to love it if you post her on your story with this song. Fair enough.
Fair enough. Post-chorus, she says, hold on, make it last. Hold on, never turn back. She's just echoing these things. She's like, this one's going to stick it out. This one's going to be different from my parents. She's accepted that. And she says, I can see it now. Like, they made it through the rough patch and they'll continue to do so. And now she can see the entire future ahead. Where at first she was like, I can see the possibility of our relationship. She's like, now I can see an actual future. And that is so cute and sweet.
That's what. Oh, we got discussion.
Discussion question.
What is it?
On a scale of 1 to 10, how single does this song make you feel?
11.
I was also going to say 11.
I was like, should I say 23?
1989.
1989. Anyways, yeah, the song makes me feel really single. I was actually thinking about how long it's been since I actually dated someone. I mean, like, I've dated people, but I haven't, like, had a partner. A hot minute.
I have specifically chosen not to date people at this time. I am too busy and so tired.
That's valid.
So there you have it, folks. That is our Glee-episode, as our friends Andrew and Allison would say. So this was a time. This was an experiment with having these guests.
Yeah, we want to have more guests. If you have any people that you want to be a guest, send us a little Instagram message. We can reach out to whoever. We have some people in mind. Taylor Swift, if you're listening. If you're free anytime, so are we. I'll quit my job.
We will do literally anything for you.
But not in a weird way.
No. In a totally normal, respectful way.
In a very normal, well-adjusted, not weird way.
We're professionals, you know. We don't have hint songs for next week.
We don't. It's going to be a special episode format.
Yep.
It's going to be fun.
It will be so much fun.
It's going to be fresh.
For the end of the year. Then we'll come back in the new year.
Yeah. Yeah, next episode is our last episode of 2023.
Wow, it's been so real, you guys.
It's also episode 13.
That's exciting.
It is exciting.
That's really exciting.
It's kind of wild that we accidentally chose to start the podcast when we would have 13 episodes in a year.
Yeah, that is actually really wild.
Easter egg, Easter egg.
Easter egg, Easter egg. So go ahead and follow us if you'd like.
And follow Gleek of the Week.
Oh, yes.
They're so fun.
They're so fun. The purpose of Gleek of the Week is that every week they have different songs that they battle against each other to ultimately find the best Glee song.
They just finished round 1. I think they just started round 2 post-strike.
Icons, honestly, we love them. When I reached out and they responded and said they would do this, I actually lost my shit. So thank you so much, Andrew and Allison, once again.
Yeah, you guys were so fun.
Yeah, so go follow them.
People. What did Allison say? Great people to pop our guest cherry.
Yeah.
And on that note, crispy high five.
Crispy high five.
All right, last week's was pretty bad. We gotta one up it.
That's true. We were just okay.
We just hold hands.
we just gently touched palms. It's okay, Kat. We can do this.
No. I'm sorry. I just backhanded you to your mic.
Woo! We did our best. Go follow us with Floor.
Our blessed.
Love
Love
ya.
like that one.
Good
Bye.
vibes only.
Also, I don't know if you noticed I was yawning with my mouth closed. It was kind of. I can't. Could you tell? That's so good. I do it in meetings all the time. So if my eyes just start watering, I'm yawning.
Just crying over there. Kat is
really
fully sobbing in the chair.
Like I'm just yawning.
At the record state. Kat is having a breakdown beside me.
Bullshit. You just performed with Stevie Nicks, like a living legend, and the main takeaway is that you can't sing.
Sorry, you said Stevie Nicks. It's just
No,
one,
I said
one of her. Roll the tape.
Stevie Nicks.
We got a bibbity bop, ladies and gentlemen, here with the bibbity, with the bop. A bibbity bob, if you will. A bibbity fuck ass.
A bibbity vibe.
A bibbity bob.
It's going down for.
It's going down. Fade to black. The homies gonna collab creation. Both like acne, no doubt.
Put it down.
I never thought. Gonna catch a dog, catch you straight out. Tell me who can have a Jamaican blues and checked out. He's like a man giving a Mick has a Super Miller accent.
The original rum shit.
Shutting it down.
Good Lord.
Okay, we can get through this. We just have to have a quick break.
Maybe gotta move it on up and down.
Strictly bitch, you don't play around. Cover much ground. Got a game for the pound. We were just had a quick break. We're back. No, we're not.
And another break.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right.
A quick cackle and now we're back.
Now we're back. All right. Quick cackle. Now we're back.
I don't know why, but the way that you said garlic reminded me of like Georgia on my mind. Like, Georgia, garlic. Garlic's always on my mind.
Mine too, bestie.
This is why we don't record at night.
No, seriously. What are you doing with that nutcracker?
I'm just holding them. I need a fidget toy.
Oh my goodness gracious. Okay.
We've gone fully off the rails.
Whew, okay.